How's it going today, guys? Today we're gonna be heading out trying to catch a few trout. We're gonna go out to a couple of local lakes, hopefully just one. If we can catch a few there, then we ain't gonna worry about the other one. But if we don't get any bites or anything, we're gonna head to the other one. The bad thing is they haven't stocked either place in about a month and a half now. Another bad thing is it's a little bit rainy, but we can deal with a little bit of water. The fish are already wet, they don't care. It's a nice 40 degrees. Hopefully we can get out there to one of these lakes, throw some rooster tails around. Worst case scenario, we'll throw some trout bait, but I would rather just catch them on rooster tails. And hopefully they'll stock some of the creeks and lakes around here soon and get some better fishing out, hopefully. But I got about a 35-40 minute drive ahead of me, so as soon as I get there, I'll get right back to y'all. So we had a slight change of plans. For now, I decided to go try out this little creek that I've actually never been to before. I've been to the head of it where there's, it's around some apartment complexes where a lot of people like to swim, just play in the water. We've actually cast netted some creek chub and stuff there before, but I never knew this road came this way. Okay, that tree's high enough. And, you know, we're just kind of giving it a shot. Now this creek, it says it only gets stocked 3 times a year. I don't know when they stock it, when the last time it was stocked. That doesn't mean there's not trout in it either way. As a matter of fact, we might even get to some native brook trout here, which would be great. Wouldn't be good, I wouldn't take them home to eat them or anything, but they're small, they're very pretty, they're fun to catch. But as long as I can make it to the end of this road, we'll see how the fishing goes. All right, so we're gonna go down here and check this out before I get my rod out. My biggest concern with this place is not really if there's fish in it, but if it's big enough to where I can cast my rooster tails or anything. I'm not a fly fisherman. I'd like to get into it, but we don't really have any places around here that's really close that I could get into it heavily. But if this looks like the way it does on the far end, then it's not going to be great. Well, maybe. There might be a few holes in here we can cast. So we can see a few trout anywhere. The rain is not making it easy for me to see anything, I'll be honest with you. It's actually a pretty little creek. I didn't even know this was anywhere like this. It's like a potentially decent hole right there. Let's see. That's a pretty clear pass to it too, so people might come down here a lot more than I think they do. I wish I could find more of a calm spot after rapid instead of, because this is pretty quick. It's probably, I don't know, 12 feet across or something like that. It's casting rooster tail 12 feet, dragging it back. I'm gonna have to see trout before I even try to do that. If it all stays like this, I'll probably just go to one of the local lakes, even though they haven't stocked in almost 2 months. Oh, we might be coming up on something here. Looks like a little fall, maybe. I can definitely see some of the paw spinner of those rocks. This would be fun to fly fish if I was half decent at it. I've got a fly rod, but I never actually tried. Was that a trout? Maybe not. I don't know what I'm seeing here. I don't know how well you guys can hear me, but I may not even have to try a rooster tail. So what I've got tied on now, so I might get a couple casts, but I've got trout magnets and trout slayers that might do even much better in this creek. Now, I guess it wouldn't hurt to try it a little bit, you know. I'm already here, why not? Not too far away from those other lakes either. One lake hasn't been stocked this year at all. I like the looks of that hole, if you guys can see that. Straight down there. It's a nice deep little hole. Alright, we've officially made it to the lake. The rain has not eased off. As a matter of fact, it's just done nothing but pick up. See my very pretty rod that I'm using my girlfriend's today, or that belongs to my girlfriend. Be using it today because I went out to the garage to get my rod and reel. Realized not only was my reel empty, you know, online, but also wasn't on a rod. I forgot I broke my rod last time I took it out. I'm hoping the rain doesn't get this lens too wet. Y'all can still see pretty well. We're gonna go out right to the end of this. Start out throwing a little rooster tail. It's probably what I'd be throwing most of the day if I changed to anything else at all. Now one year, just right in here, I caught my lemon on brown trout that they stocked in here, and I haven't seen them stock them in here since, but very big, so much fun to catch. But I'm gonna try it right here for a little while, see how we do. We'll cast out this little bit, and then we'll probably make our way out through there if this doesn't work out. All right, here goes the first cast of 2023. Like I said, they haven't stocked this lake. They start stocking in October, and they haven't stocked here since then. If this rain doesn't ease up, I probably won't be out here long at all anyway. Okay, so the spot we're at now, we're on top of the mountain. I forgot every winter actually lock this gate right here that gets down to the bottom lake. Now the interesting thing about this lake is you can keep brook trout, which they stocked a few years ago. But the interesting thing about it is you can only keep 2 per day for a licensed angler. They have to be over 14 inches long. Now in the state of Virginia, 16 inches is considered a citation size or trophy size for a brook trout. So this lake, you got to keep them they got to be at least 14 inches. So they're only 2 inches away from trophy size. So hopefully when we get down there, with this rain, I wish it would stop, but I can't change the weather. Hopefully we can get into some decent sized trout and maybe even a citation size brookie. That'd be great. So as soon as I get down there, got about a half-mile trek down the hill. I will get you guys when we get down there. So finally, after a 30-minute walk, we made it. You know, nice pretty little lake. It extends on out that way. I'm gonna try to catch some in here first. If that doesn't work out, I may venture on out farther, but this pine tree's giving me a little bit of cover from the rain. Not much, but better than being out in the open. I really better catch some fish down here. I didn't walk half a mile down the hill. Down the hill wasn't bad, back up's gonna suck. In the pouring rain, which was almost completely gone when I started walking down here. Once I got about halfway down, it started right back up again. So we're gonna just try a couple casts, I guess, and just hope this rain eases off in a little while. I would like to catch a few, but I also would love to be able to catch at least one that I could take back and grill. If not, that's okay. That's why it's fishing, it's not catching. But at the same time, I didn't walk all the way down here in the pouring rain to not catch anything, which was probably a dumb decision because you never hear anything about this lake. You never hear about people fishing it anymore. But oh yeah, throw it right in the bush. We're gonna try our best, and we'll see how it goes. Oh, actually we're on one. Nice, nice, nice. There we go. That's what you like to see. Obviously not a keeper. He's nowhere near 14 inches. If you would calm down to get you guys a good view of him. Definitely a little brookie. Pretty little trout. These are gorgeous, gorgeous fish. I love them. It didn't take too long, so we might be in there. Alright, don't shake, buddy. Just get this treble hook out of you. Alright. Very, very pretty fish. Nice brookie. And we'll let him go. Adios, buddy. And don't worry about me wetting my hands, because my hands have been soaking wet for over an hour now. I caught him just right here, so maybe they're sitting at this little creek channel. If I can stay out of the bushes, I don't slingshot myself in the head. Alright, I'm happy. I caught a fish today. It's more than I started to think was going to happen. Drag it back through that creek channel. I'm actually going to change the lures, take this rooster tail off. I think I'm going to try with the trout slayers. You don't know what they are, they're literally just like small crawdads on a really small, I think 64 ounce jig head. There we go. There's a little trout slayer. Let's see if we can get a bite right off the bat with this thing. The only problem with it is it's going to be a little bit harder to cast. You just have to drag it or jig it semi-slow and let it sit a minute. I'll give it a couple more pumps and let it sink. These trout may be sitting near the bottom. I don't know. I don't know if one grabbed it or if that was just dragging the bottom. Just the bottom there. Now that's a fish. There we go. Oh, sorry, buddy. Another pretty little brook. I think that's all the only trout in here. I don't even know if there's bluegill in here or not. He is feisty, that is for sure. This dude's also super pretty. Look at the colors on that guy. Alright, I'm going to take a picture of him. I know you guys probably can't see it, but it looks like, I don't know if it's maybe a tree out there or just a bunch of moss or something. There's a big dark mass. See if I can get my little trout slayer over top of it and give it a couple pops. Maybe something sitting on it. If I can't get anything right here, I may walk around that. It says Lakeshore Trail, so hopefully it's a trail that goes around the lake shore. Can't stop and fish too many places for too long if I don't get any bites, because again, I am racing the clock. I would like to catch maybe just one big brook trout that I could take home would be great. I'm very happy catching these little ones because I love brookies. They're so fun, they're so pretty, and we don't have very many here. We got a couple creeks that they're native to, and they stay pretty small in there. If this one can only let you keep them if they're over 14 inches, I feel like there's got to be a couple in here over 14. Oh, that's a nice spot. This lake's actually a lot deeper out there than I thought it would be. I'm gonna walk just a little farther down. If I don't see any kind of access, I'm just gonna turn back. Well, guys, I'm hooked up, but he got himself hung in that vegetation out there. If I can get him out, I don't want to let him too loose and have too much slack, but I might have to. He is just hung up in that stuff bad. It's hard to horse a, well, never mind. I was gonna say it's hard to horse a trout out sometimes, because wow, this guy is beautiful. Wow. Oh my goodness. As soon as I get this stuff off him, I'll let y'all catch a look at him. Look how pretty he is. Look at those colors. Wow. Let me get the hook out of him and see if I can get a good view. Okay. Check this dude out. Again, not a keeper, but the color on those fins, nice and red. He's beautiful. I'm gonna try to get a photo of him and then let him back as fast as possible. Alright, it is currently 4:45. Sunset is at like 5:30. It's also getting fairly dark already because of the fog. So I'm gonna use my last ditch effort. Well, not last ditch effort, but I'm gonna give it one last chance. I'm gonna throw this trout magnet here a couple times, move on up, fish my way down the beach. Maybe throw a couple times when I get back to that pond. And then I'm about to start making my way back up this hill before it gets dark on me. Took us about 30 minutes to get out from under that hill. But look at that sunset. Definitely a beautiful evening. It was a great day. Took a few spots to finally find some fish. But after you finally put the work in, you find them. I'm really hoping some of these lakes nearby stock some rainbows here pretty soon, because I ain't doing that again for a while. Not until that gate's open. Pretty little lake. Beautiful trout, but man, it just ain't worth that walk. And hopefully get some bigger rainbows. That way I can take some home and grill them. I don't know if the camera caught it or not, but my last couple casts, I caught a little, it looked like a little rainbow, which I didn't even know were down there. I'm really hoping I got that on camera, because it was a pretty little trout, but great day of fishing today. Definitely get back out on it hopefully the next day or two. Hopefully they'll stock some lakes around here. But it's been a good day.